Well, it's a brand new work week here, and we got some more active weather again this week. We've got two storm systems we're tracking. One comes through about the middle of this week, and the second one's going to be a pretty strong one coming through at the end of the week. So let's talk about both of these systems here. And if we kind of take a look, storm system number one Wednesday brings with it, at least across Texas and Oklahoma for the most part, breezy conditions. Now, there could be some rain and thunderstorms east of I-35 with system number one. And we'll see if that slows up any and brings some storms further to the west. But right now, it looks like there's rain chances would stay to the east. Storm number two impacts the region on Friday. Now, the one on Friday is going to be a big storm. And I'm going to explain more about that in a moment here. But it's going to bring with it a lot of wind, very similar to last week. Near hurricane force winds could be possible in some parts of Texas and Oklahoma. In addition to that, it'll bring with it very low barometric pressure. So if you suffer from weather-related illnesses, this is not a good week for you, and also extreme fire weather concerns across a good part of Texas and Oklahoma here. So if we start, we look at the jet stream here. This is the upper level wind chart here, and these are up there about 20,000 feet in the atmosphere. What we look at would be little dips. You can see this little dip right in there. This is an area of low pressure itself. On the bottom and out ahead of it, you get some stronger upper level winds associated with the jet stream here, and that can produce some showers and storms, usually on the front side of it or out in front of it here. You notice how that kind of zips on by pretty quickly. So let's continue to move this out even further in time. That zips on by. And then here comes storm system number two. This would be early in the day on Friday, and then watch as this thing progresses as we head into later in the day Friday. That is a strong storm system. Your area of low pressure located up here over parts of Kansas and Nebraska. Really strong jet stream winds out ahead of it. Now, a lot of people are talking about another tornado outbreak with this, and I guess if you kind of look at it from a what we call a synoptic scale standpoint, it probably would favor that. But, you know, there's more to severe weather and making severe weather than that. You've got to have the moisture from the Gulf of Mexico, and while it looks like there could be some, I don't know that you're going to see the overlap of these real strong, we call jet stream dynamics, over that moist, unstable air. It's a close call, and there could be some severe weather with it. We'll keep an eye on that. But I think this system here at least spells out a lot of wind across the area here, across the region. We're talking about Oklahoma, Kansas, down into Texas here. That system kind of moves on by. This is Saturday, and this could bring, this next little dip you see here could bring some heavy rain and more storms to the southeastern part of the country. That kind of zips on by late in the weekend, and then as we head towards next week, this would be the week of March the 20th time frame here, deep dip in the jet stream, a big what we call trough. Now, this might have a chance to bring some rain our way, so we'll keep an eye on that. That's still over a week away. We're just kind of looking at what the charts look like for now. Now, if we take a look at the water vapor imagery, we can see just quiet conditions, the yellows and oranges, reds. That shows dry conditions over a good part of the region. But if you go out west, notice this big spin, this donut, just off the coast of California here. That is a area of low pressure. That is the one that's going to zip across the southern United States over the next couple of days. That will be storm number one. You can't see it on here, but storm number two is back over here well into the Pacific Ocean, and that's the one that will come on board on Friday here. So if we kind of take a look at things, Wednesday, warm and breezy. Out ahead of that, along the east of I-35, some thunderstorm chances. That's kind of along the dry line. Speaking of the month of March and severe weather, that is, we talk about the dry line. We talk about these storm systems zipping on by. Typically speaking, the moisture isn't really in place yet for us to get severe weather here. And these systems, they're so strong and so dynamic, the wind energy with them early on, typically it pushes the dry line to the east of us. So March, while we can see severe weather in Texas, Oklahoma, it's not our primary severe weather month. March is actually more of a severe weather month for parts of the Mid-South, the southeastern parts, the Gulf Coast parts of the country over that way here. So we look at Thursday. Thursday should be a calm day, warm day, but there comes that big storm. We start watching it on Thursday here, and then on Friday, that thing is going to be actually what we call deepening. And by deepening, we look at the pressure, the number in that. You measure it in terms of millibars or inches of mercury. It's barometric pressure here. And when that barometric pressure is dropping rapidly, it's called deepening. And this thing's going to be deepening quickly. In fact, weather information suggests that on Friday afternoon up there across Kansas and Nebraska, the barometric pressure on this is going to drop down to about 974 millibars, which is equivalent to the pressure of a Category 1 hurricane. That'd be about 28.7, 28.8 inches of mercury if you want me to do the conversions for you there. So this is going to bring with it a big drop in barometric pressure. So if you suffer from migraine headaches, if you suffer from weather-related illnesses, This is not going to be a good system for you here. Now, again, out ahead of it, if these strong jet stream and energy, all this energy can kind of team up with that Gulf moisture that's going to be increasing over here in Louisiana, Arkansas, parts of Mississippi, maybe southern Missouri, there could be some strong to severe storms. I think there will be at least some. I don't know that it's going to be a huge outbreak, but we'll see what happens with that here. And there's that dry line pushing quickly off to the east of I-35 on Friday afternoon. So if we kind of take a look closer, and this may wind up being the bigger weather story outside of the severe weather. I know the guys on social media, of course, they're going to do that. They are just going to do that. With every system we have, there's going to be a tornado outbreak. I think that people are starting to wise up to it, though, and they know that a lot of that stuff is just a lot of unnecessary hype on social media here. But anyway, if you look at this system here, I think the bigger weather stories, the strong winds it brings with it, the fire weather concerns across especially Texas into Oklahoma here, low humidity, and again, the low barometric pressure there. Now, some of these winds on Friday afternoon, I know this is still a ways away, could really, really be howling here. If we take a look, this is Wednesday here. This is Wednesday. It kind of a little bit breezy with Wednesday storm system, but nothing out of the ordinary here. Let's go into Friday here. Let's take a look at this. Friday early on, not too much, but watch as that system comes into play. Friday morning into the afternoon, and this is model forecasts here. This is not, and anything that's an actual forecast. We're just showing you the numbers from the models. Oftentimes they can be a little bit overdone, but sometimes they can be a little underdone too. I won't know the exact strength of the winds until we actually get closer to it, but I'm right now betting on at least 50, 60 mile per hour winds, maybe even up closer to hurricane force on Friday afternoon. You can see these winds gusting in Oklahoma, a good part of Texas here, and even down into the Metroplex, some strong gusty winds with that. Now, it's only going to be around for Friday. It's going to be out of here, I think, by Saturday. But, again, some of those winds on Friday, just like last week's across parts of Texas, Oklahoma City, Wichita Falls, Amarillo, Lubbock, those areas, and, again, maybe parts of the Metroplex, Ardmore, Oklahoma, maybe Tulsa, could see, power outages, could receive perhaps maybe some sporadic wind damage, especially to the shingles and the roof, that kind of thing. So batten down the hatches and just know that Friday could be a pretty rough day in terms of wind, not thunderstorms, in terms of wind across our area. We're no stranger to the wind, but wind like this is pretty extreme. So that's about it for now. Of course, I'll be watching the system throughout the week, and I'll have more updates for you right here on my social media channels. And in the meantime, everybody, just give me a like and a follow if you don't mind. In the meantime, have a great week.